Welcome to Yamun's World, a place where every story has a lesson and every tale shines with light and faith. It was a beautiful Friday morning. The sun rose gently over a small house on the edge of town where Maryam lived with her kind mother. Maryam woke up excited and ran to her mother, saying she wanted to go to the market to see the sellers and the balloons. Her mother smiled softly and said they could go, but they should begin their day with a supplication for leaving the house. Maryam held her mother's hand, and together they recited the prayer before heading to the market. The market was crowded and colorful. Sellers were calling out. Children were laughing, and delicious smells filled the air. Maryam's eyes caught sight of the balloons, and her heart filled with joy. She asked her mother to buy her one. Her mother agreed on one condition: that Maryam should remember that everything in this world is a blessing from Allah. Maryam happily held her red balloon and ran through the crowd, laughing and waving it, while her mother bought some bread and apples. Suddenly, the sound of the adhan rose from a nearby minaret, announcing the time for prayer. Her mother turned to her and said it was time to pray. Maryam hesitated, saying she wanted to stay a little longer because the market was so fun. Her mother looked at her kindly and reminded her that prayer is more important than anything in the world. Everything else fades, but prayer stays with us. Maryam held her balloon tightly, saying she was afraid it might fly away. In that moment, the string slipped from her hand and the balloon floated high into the sky. Maryam cried out in pain and ran after it, but it rose higher and higher until it disappeared. She sat on the ground, crying. Her mother came close, wiped her tears, and said, "The balloon is gone. This is how life is. What is with Allah is better and everlasting." Maryam lifted her head, tears still on her cheeks, and asked, "Is prayer better than the balloon?" Her mother smiled and said, "Yes, prayer is the true happiness." Maryam calmed down and walked with her mother toward the nearby mosque. They pushed open the large wooden door and entered quietly. Inside, rows of women stood straight, and soft light filled the place with peace. The Imam raised his hands and said, "Allahu Akbar," and Maryam whispered softly, "Allahu Akbar." Standing beside her mother with devotion, she bowed with those who bowed and prostrated with those who prostrated, feeling a peace she had never known before, as if she had come close to Allah. After the prayer, her mother turned to her and asked if she felt peaceful. Maryam smiled and said she was happier than when she held the balloon. They left the mosque together, and on the way, a seller offered Maryam new balloons. But she shook her head and said she didn't want one. She had found a greater joy. Her mother looked at her proudly and said, "May Allah bless you." Maryam held her mother's hand tightly, looked up at the sky, and raised her hands in prayer, asking Allah to help her love prayer always and never forget it. Her mother smiled and gently patted her head. That night, Maryam went to bed, resting her head on the pillow peacefully, with a calm, content smile on her face. And so, Maryam learned that the joy of prayer stays in the heart forever. Thank you for watching Yamun's World, where stories bring light and hearts learn faith. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a new story filled with love and values.